Why would you go back to your ex, if you ever did? I would go back to her in a heartbeat. Our breakup was amicable and based on mental health being poor for both of us. We were both shattered and heartbroken to be apart. But we both know at this point that the healthy thing to do is to be alone and work on ourselves. And I'm just praying that I get the opportunity to try and win her back sometime down the road. She was my absolute best friend and an incredible woman. I was codependent and didn't value myself enough to look for someone who actually loved me. My high school girlfriend just to show her how much better I got at sex. I was an idiot. Never again. I think that many people go back to their ex because they still have feelings and sometimes they look for them in other people but they don't find them. Maybe it's even a bit of neediness, because they feel very alone. If I ever want to go back to my ex, please shoot me. You see, that's the neat part, I don't have an ex. About 13-ish years ago I got back together with an ex exclusively for the sex. She wanted to rekindle the relationship and I only wanted the fun parts. I let her know up front that if we picked back up where we left off, things wouldn't be in the same because I no longer loved or cared for her like I used to. She thought she could change my mind. It didn't work out exactly as I expected. I'd rather tongue fuck a mule's asshole. I didn't plan on getting back together. I drunk text her one night after having no contact with her for about 7 years. Ended up meeting about a week later to catch up. We now have 2 kids and will be married 11 years later this month. No, never. I value my sanity. Hacked up my entire life and moved 915 miles to get back with an ex after 8 years. We had talked back and forth for about a year before I made the leap. She had told me she was a whole different person, was seeing a shrink, was on meds, blah, blah, blah. Got back together with her and found out it was all lies. She was the exact same person at 33 as she was at 23. Nothing but a narcissistic, sociopathic, habitual liar. She used me for another 2 years and attacked me again before I finally got rid of her. Never again. Would definitely want to explore rekindling a relationship with my previous ex. We had a great relationship that unfortunately had interferences that created uncomfortable situations. She had and still has the biggest, natural pillow fluffy Atlanta cornbread fed country ghetto ass. Oh. I went back to my high school ex. It ended the second time worse than I could have imagined. My roommate in college had a great saying. Dating your ex is like fishing for dead fish. It's a lot easier than catching a live one, but you know it's going to make you sick. Around 6 months after the breakup I realized that it wasn't my job to figure out how she could get me back. That it was on her. She initiated the breakup and proceeded to show me that she'd never truly seen or understood me. Odds are that it was $1 short, a day late a couple years ago. But it's not my job to figure out. If she managed to convince all the relevant people, including me, then sure. But she's never coming back. Not a fucking chance. Hell has frozen over, and I have signed up to be the lead in some odd reality horror mini-series. Because I was the problem. Just not mature enough to be in a committed relationship, so very selfish. I would treat all my exes better. I would only go back for one of my ex. We were together for a while. He knows he has some stuff to work on, but that's on him. I ain't waiting for him though. If it happens it will, and if not then